welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty crucial for, well, millions of students. Digital note-taking apps.
Absolutely. We're talking about tools people rely on daily, like replacing paper notebooks entirely.
Exactly. So we're focusing on two heavyweights, Flexcil and Notewise, used by, what, 20 million students combined?
Huge numbers. And our goal here is to figure out, which one actually delivers on that promise of reliability.
Because there's this core tension, right? You see these amazing features advertised,
Yeah.
but then you hear about catastrophic failures, especially with Cloud Sync.
It's the classic tech dilemma, isn't it? Shiny features versus the boring but essential infrastructure underneath. Did they build for sales or did they build for stability?
Okay, let's start with Flexil, because honestly, their initial splash was massive, 8 million downloads.
Yeah, they really hit on something. That core idea of split-screen PDF annotation, genius for studying.
Totally.
Yeah.
Viewing your textbook on one side, notes on the other. And those gesture controls, being able to just drag text from the book straight into your notes.
Super slick. And it wasn't outrageously expensive either, was it? Like $9 for the full version one time.
Right, a pretty sweet deal. But then August 2025 happened, the mandatory account system update.
Ah, yes. And that's where the cracks started showing. Almost immediately you saw user reports flooding in.
Not about the features, though. That's the key thing.
No, the features were still great. The problem was the syncing. People were reporting notes randomly overwriting each other between their phone and tablet.
Oh, man. Imagine that.
Worse still, we heard about users losing an entire page of lecture notes right in the middle of class because the cloud decided, hey, now's a good time to sync.
That's brutal. And it got so bad, Flexil actually had to issue compensation for server outages, didn't they?
They did, which really highlights the core issue, their infrastructure choice. They relied only on Google Drive for syncing.
Which sounds convenient, maybe, but it means they basically outsourced a critical part of their app's function. They didn't fully control the cross-platform sync logic.
Exactly. And when you do that, you inherit all the potential problems of that external service. Syncing could just stop working.
Right. Their own support pages mentioned it, didn't they? Issues like network loss or your Google Drive being full.
Or even just, quote, mysterious errors, which meant the user had to manually figure out which version of their notes was correct and merge them.
So you're constantly having to babysit your notes, basically. Checking if everything's synced correctly. Not ideal.
Not ideal at all, which naturally created an opening.
For Notewise. Positioned as the more stable alternative, plus they leaned into AI.
Right, cleaner interface, definitely. And some cool AI features, chatting with your notes, converting handwriting in 20 languages. Impressive stuff.
But is the AI the main draw, or is it something else?
The AI is neat, sure, but their real superpower, if you ask me, is the plumbing, the infrastructure. They clearly looked at Flexil's problems and built differently.
How so?
Notewise was designed from the ground up for seamless, real-time sync across everything, Android, iOS, even the web app, all syncing together instantly.
Ah, so they built their own sync system.
Seems like it, or at least architected it properly. That's why collaboration works so well, too. You share a link, someone opens it, and you're both working on the note in real time. No forced downloads or version conflicts.
That sounds much smoother. What about the cost?
They kept the student-friendly angle. There's still a one-time purchase option for the main app features. Cloud stuff like that real-time sync and AI, that's subscription-based.
Okay, but there's a free version too.
Yep, a free version that lets you have up to 10 notes with all the core functionality. So you can try it properly without paying up front. It feels less like a trap.
Right, so boiling it down, what's the verdict from reviewers generally?
Pretty clear, actually. Flexcil is fantastic if your absolute top priority is PDF annotation with those specific gestures, and you don't mind, well, babysitting the cloud sync. You have to be willing to do that manual data checking.
Okay, and Notewise?
Notewise comes out as the winner for most people, especially if you need reliable syncing across multiple devices, or if you want to collaborate or use those AI features. It just works without you having to constantly troubleshoot.
So the big takeaway here listening to this, it feels like it's less about the flashy features you see advertised.
And much more about the invisible stuff, the infrastructure. Those hidden sync problems can completely undermine the value of a tool, especially one holding critical information like your notes.
Absolutely. It really hammers home that when you're choosing tools, especially for important data, you need to look past the marketing gloss.
You really do. Which leads to maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about all the critical data you manage, lecture notes, work documents, project plans.
Yeah.
How often do you, perhaps without even realizing it, choose the tool that's maybe cheaper upfront or seems more convenient, but you haven't really considered the reliability of its underlying infrastructure?
Hmm.
Is convenience sometimes trumping safety for your most important digital stuff?
That's a really potent question. Something definitely worth mulling over next time you're looking at a new app or service.
Worth thinking about.
Okay, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll catch you on the next one.